And good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to I was going to say August. You're like I'm trying to get rid of summer already. I'm not ready for that. Are you ready? You're 25th of Makas and Movas podcast. How are you doing today, folks? Today, I feel like we got a pretty good show. They said we were going to get into more of the spiritwear side of things for the next couple shows. That's because, we're end of June. School's right on the corner before you know it. So we want to set up for success on these. And so this one, is going to be talking about how getting your first or next spiritwear store without begging for those orders because nobody likes that. Right? We don't like begging for stuff. If you think that it means that you have to, be chasing down coaches or begging PTOs for a shot at it. Nope, we don't have to do that. We're going to break down how we can land in our first or our next online merch store without those awkward phone calls, those cold messages with endless follow-ups, or in reality, just trying to convince people who just don't get it. We're gonna learn how we can how to make that no-brain offer, why our existing clients are our best next door, what to show them literally, so people say yes faster. Then how to market stores without sounding desperate, and then the better questions lead to better results. Right? I've said this time and time again, depending on what you're doing. So whether you are new to team stores or ready to level up the process on it, I'm hoping this episode will give you clear, real life strategies to help grow your spirit side of the business. So, hey, what I need from you, I need a couple things from you. I need to know who you are. I need to know where you're from. I need to know what's in your cup and what the weather is like in your area. I think what your 5 things. What are 5 things that you are going to accomplish today? We've got a bunch of calls lined up from like 11 to 3 today. We're on calls with people about every hour and the 2 hours. So we've got stickers that bring it up. If as soon as we get off this call, we've got shirts that need to get done. We've got DTF that needs to get done and work on the business. There's some things that we're working on that because it is a crazy day. It's the what is it? Pre-surgery, surgery eve. Corey has surgery tomorrow, so we're getting everything finalized, wrapped up because we will not be in the office tomorrow. Access to laptop still to be things like that, but we just might be. We're not sure what time surgery is or anything, so I just blocked out the day for it. So we've got that going on there. Other thing, we've got our marketing agency that we're just launching. That's one of the meetings today. You can sign up for the early access to that and get access to our content vault. The links to that are in the description. We've also got links to our mentorship community, $40 a month. You can go down there and sign up for it. We're working on that today on switching the platforms for there. We've got all of our affiliate codes in there. And remember, the affiliate codes cost you nothing to use, but they do help keep the lights and mics on. So go check that out there. See the stuff in there for JP Plus, Great Fabric, Amazon. They should everything be over there for it. So, like I said, let me know all your stuff. Check in it. And the most important, share is caring. Get in here, share, so that way we can get as many people in here because that's what does things. Well, let me turn on. Oh yeah, we can turn this on again. We'll turn this on for comments so we can see those as they come in for it. Connie, good morning to you. You can pick 75 out invoicing, quotes to send, artwork, quilts to cut, and relax in the pool maybe later. Not a bad day. I get burnt in the pool on Sunday and just still recovering from it. It is rainy here, and I think it's supposed to be off on. It even said some chances of funnel clouds later here this afternoon. So I don't think we're doing much of anything yet. It looks like it's raining just north of us. But yeah, we've got rain, it's got thunderstorms all day. Today, tomorrow, Saturday's supposed to be something, Sunday, Monday. But we're like highs at 90 to 95 the next like 9 days. So good times in the Midwest. Me? Underwater Mike. Why does it keep now we should be good. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I even said it this morning. I said it, and it just I'm gonna go and master set it and see if that helps with it. Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Brian, for letting me know the mic. And Tanya, good morning to you. Raining there in Minnesota, coffee, Profi, and water in the cup. Brain dump, football jerseys, football jersey, and more football jerseys on the dock today. I think you are doing, I think you're doing, what's that called? Jerseys today. Yeah, I think you're doing that. And Barb, good morning. North Central Minnesota, 62 and cloudy. Water in the cup. Five things, quotes, 5 by 7 ads for FD cookbook. Ooh. 3D printing, embroider hoodies, set up new customer folders. Very nice. And Barb says, hi, Connie, Tanya, Jeff, and Brian. Hi, Barb, back from Tanya. Sounds good. Now, yeah, I don't know. It is set. Like when I go in there and I click on and you click camera and all, it goes there, and I'm not sure why it's not holding. Jeff, another silly hot day, right? Nothing to drink. Well, you should get something to drink. Probably booze. Print, 3D print, deliver an order, clear out space for UB printer. It shows up soonish. Ooh, how soon? How soon are we talking, Jeff? And morning, Barb. Mike sounds like thanks, Jeff. And hi, Jenny from Barb. I don't know if I was going to sneeze. I'm sure felt that way. So, good questions, comments, concerns. Get all of that in here as we talk about this as we talk about this, man, I'm having a difficulty speaking this morning. Maybe it's because I'm almost out of the tropical vibe. I might have to run in and grab something else to drink before we start our stuff for today because it is going to be it's going to be a day. I just know that with surgery tomorrow looming and trying to get things done, it's going to be a day for it. So I'm looking forward to that. Now, I say we get right into it, right? So landing a spiritware store, it isn't about luck or knowing the right people. It's really about showing up with the right offer, the right message, and the right timing. And this is something that we've talked about before with it, is, right place, right time for it. It doesn't matter, if you've been watching other people book school teams or fundraiser stores and sitting back and thinking, hey, what about me? Hey, we all wonder how they do it, and you're not alone in that, right? You are not alone, so we need to make sure we put that out there for it. You're not doing anything wrong. Just you don't have a system, and that seems to be the biggest problem. Is most decorators do not have a system. They just kind of wait and hope for things. So in this episode, we're telling you, stop waiting. Stop waiting. Whether it's your first store, your 50th store, your 150th store, your 500th store, the things that we're going to talk about here are going to help you, take control, simplify the process, and make your offer so that it is clear and easy for people to say yes without hesitation, right? Because that's what we want. So, number one, let's make that offer so clear that they cannot say no, right? They can't say no to this. If your pitch sounds like this, and hey, mine was like it too. Hey, let me know if you ever want shirts. So you're not pitching. You're just tossing it out in the void and seeing what happens. Most coaches, PTOs, parent parent team organizers, team moms, they're overwhelmed and they really don't have the time or the headspace to kind of imagine what you're offering. We really have to, Picasso that up and paint the picture for them. What exactly do they get? How does it work? And most importantly, what makes it easy for them, right? When your messenger, when your message is clear and your system is simple, you become the path of least resistance, and that's really how you win stores. You don't need to have a super fancy pitch deck for things. You just need that one sentence that says, hey, we build free online stores for your club, team, or school, no cost, no collecting money or sizes, we handle everything. It's just that simple, right? Simple wins. So, in ways, examples that this can play is, in Facebook groups, hey, we build free merch stores for teams and schools, no money handling, no hassle. How many inquiries do you think you can get from that? If you're able to post in those local groups, use it, use it, use it, use it. Now, maybe somebody else, when we have past people that we worked with, right? we've have parents that we've made stuff for. Maybe they're not the decision makers, but they can know who the decision makers are. There are decision makers that you've worked with. So, maybe we just email them something simple, or hey, want to offer your group church without chasing payments, without ch- chasing checks, collecting sizes, or doing anything that causes you stress. Hey, we'll run your store for you. How many offers do we think we can get from that? We just need to reach out and tell them exactly what we can do, and we are solution providers. We are pain point preventers. We are the ones that are going to take stuff off their plate that they don't really want to handle. So, what we need to do with this one is we just need one sentence, right? Just write one sentence that really explains your Spiritwear store in plain, benefit-driven language, and then, use that in your next post, your next email, or your conversation, right? Does that make sense? Number 2, let's start with somebody you already know. This is a no-brainer, right? Because cold outreach is hard. There's no fans or buts about it. It's hard to do. But you probably already know somebody that needs a store. You just haven't offered it to them yet. So think about clients you've printed for before, teams your kids play on, schools you support, groups that have already trusted you with bulk orders. These are warm leads. These are people who know you, who like you, who trust you, and these are people who are far more likely to say yes because they've already know your work and what you do. The key here is we need to make it feel casual, not pushy. So instead of saying, I want to set up a store for you, try, hey, I've been helping teams like yours set up online stores to make fundraising and merchandise easier. Want me to build you one? That's it. It positions us as the helper, the solution provider, and not a salesperson. In ways that this can be, examples of this is, a mom who printed shirts for a kid baseball team, reached out to the coach and said, hey, want to do a quick store so parents can get gear online this season. And most of the times, yeah, yeah, we can do that. Oh, and you can make some money with it too. Sweet, even better. Another example is, somebody who's done bulk orders for a school in the past. They reached out and said, hey, next time you need shirts, do you want to try it through a free store instead? Hey, that could turn into, 3 seasonal stores: fall, winter, spring, right? The key in there is there's no dead inventory of them sitting on it. Just, hey, we've got 50 mediums here and none of everything else. So the money that they thought they made, they really didn't make. So let's set up that team store. So what we can do for this one is, go through your list of customers. Find 5 past clients, whether, team clients, team contacts, personal connections, who you really feel could benefit from a store, and reach out to one of them today with just that low pressure offer. School's starting, fall sports are going to be starting. Let's get ahead of it for it. Uh, Number 3, and this one has helped us because it can be hard to explain, but we need to show and don't just tell them, right? You cannot expect people to visualize what an online store looks like. You really have to show them. Link to a past store, a current store. Send screenshots. Or create that demo store with fake products and branding. The more real and tangible it feels, the easier it is for them to say yes. Remember, your visuals don't have to be perfect. They just need to be clean and clear. If you send a message and say, "Hey, here's what it looks like when we build you a store," and you include that link to the examples, the pictures, it instantly lowers that resistance. They're not guessing, or they're trying to imagine things. They're seeing the proof of it, and that proof builds trust. We did somebody for a new theater that we're working with. We did banners and signs for them. Like, have you thought about doing our merch store for it? They're like, we just don't have enough time for that. And I said, here's what it looks like. We can have it open a week and you can have stuff before opening night. They said, what's the cost? No cost. Here it is. So my bad is I should have said right from the get go, no cost, because then that would have cleared that up and they will make some funds from it. Pretty nice. So, examples, a decorator can post a screenshot of her last team store on Instagram, with the caption, the store raised $500 in 2 weeks with no inventory or chase checks. Parent DM'd them right away. Hey, how can I do that? Another put together, the four product mock-up store with a school logo, and they sent it to the PTA. The PTA was impressed. They didn't have to do anything and had, hey, we're ready to go. They launched it the next week, and you're set. So for this one, we just need to create a basic demo store or a templated graphic that has 3 or 4 items on it, for a fake team name. I think ours is the Beavers that we use. But we have the active listings we can send them to, and we can use it for the pitches, for the post, and the DM. So we can just create that content for it. Now, before we get on to 4 and 5, let's move notes and let's see what we got here. And Jeff, what printer did you go with? Oh, yep, the Sun Pool 4060, right? Flatbed with roll attachment and visual positioning system. Oh, yeah. I, I was one of like the 500 we looked at, wasn't it, Jeff? I got it off Alibaba, shipped out from China on May 18th, arrived in New York port June 18th, and was picked up yesterday. Ooh, look at that. We've got stuff being delivered. We just talked to the shipper, and we've got the press being here on Tuesday, I think. I think that's when our new shuttle press will be here. We'll see how that all plays out and what kind of stuff we can do with that. Okay. Number 4, let's market like it's already happening. So instead of begging for interest, let's show momentum. People want to work with busy vendor, the ones that are already doing the things. So this means, posting about stores you're running, or have ran, showing product mock-ups, creating that FOMO. You don't need to wait until you have stores to be booked, you don't have to have stores booked to market like a pro, right? When people see others are getting stores, they naturally ask, hey, how do I get that too? You become the go-to person, and not because you asked, but it's because you showed up for it. Uh, as we're going into back to school and fall sports, you know, can you offer a sneak peek sample of the next drop coming soon? And you tag the school for it. That tag could get reshared who knows how many times, because of the school page and what parents see it. And it could bring in 2 new leads for things. Oh, hey, that school's doing it. We should really get on that ball and do it too. You know, and maybe you just post, a flat lay of a folded shirt with a caption says, "We love helping teams raise money with merch stores that do all the work for you." Hey, all right. Hey, I can do a merch store. We do all the work. We don't have to do anything. We can get some inquiries that way. So what we can do is let's just make one post over the next week, showing a current or past store, even if it's a mock-up, talk about the benefits and then make it visible. Makes sense, right? Remember, if you got questions, comments, concerns, this show's nothing without you guys. I need your engagement. I need your comments. I need your stuff. Team replay, put that in the comments there because that's how we know we're doing a good job. That's what we know. And running all this up, number 5, ask smarter questions that lead to stores. So instead of saying, let me know if you need help, oh, we all do that, right? Let's try asking those questions that really move the conversation forward. People are much more likely to respond to questions that feel relevant and or that are easy to answer. When does your season start? Okay. Do you already have someone doing the merch for you? All right. Want me to build you something simple that you can share with the parents? You know, these questions are going to position you as a partner, not as a salesperson. You're there to really lighten their load, not to add to their to-do list. And the best part of this is it opens the door to future stores, even if the answer is no, not yet. Now, examples is you can message a coach and say, "Hey, do you have a store set up for Spirit UA?" The coach didn't, but loved the idea and say, "Hey, let's go ahead and do one." Like for us, we're figuring out ways around that. We're figuring out ways around the BSN debacle on how we can do this with stuff because we've got the coach's stuff. So we'll send them out and see what we get from it. Right now we're in the middle of VBS stuff that we're doing. So we can ask the church contact, "Hey, do you want shirts for your youth group, that's going on this fall?" We did the VBS stuff.
hey, so we ask them, hey, do you want church for the youth group? Or should we just go ahead and set up a store so the parents can order it on their own? Just launch the store from that. Pay for it, parents on their own. It's perfect for it. So what we want to do is we want to reach out to one lead in the next week with just that simple question that makes a decision easy for them. Focus on their schedule, not your sale with it. So wrap this up, we just the simple wins. That's what it's all about. We don't have to beg, we don't have to guess, and you definitely don't have to wait. Getting your first or your next Spiritwear store is all about showing up clearly, offering the easiest path forward, and reminding folks that you're here to make their lives easier with this. And that's really the magic formula. So, to recapping, we're going to make the offer stupid simple for them. We're going to start with warm leads that we already know. We're going to show examples, just not explanations. We're going to post like your business is already booming with stores, and we're going to ask better questions to open those stores because we're just not shirt makers. We are solution providers. So we need to go offer those solutions because that next door is really closer than what we think. That's what I got for you today. If you're new to this, we do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. What is a Monday Friday show? Friday show. Do I have that over here set ready to go? Because we do this. Did I say that every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time? Selling spirit without being salesy. No, how to was that? Yeah, how to sell it without being salesy. That's what we're going to go into. How can we do this without feeling salesy? So that's what Friday show is going to be about. I do this every Monday, but it's Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure to use our links below. If you need anything printed, DTF prints, HCV, cut, what other stuff that what just going through our stuff. Stickers. It's been a good week for stickers. So we've been rocking and rolling on stickers this week. So we'll make sure to get some videos and pictures posted of that. But any of those, happy to help you. You can find all the links down below. With that, our mentorship call starts here in half an hour at 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. So if you're in that group, go get over there. We'll be starting that shortly. And then we work on your business Wednesday. We'll have that open all day. So if people want to get in there, they can. With that, we will be back here Friday. So until then, peace, love, press on. We will see you next time.